So for like the past month or so, if not for like the past few months, I've actually been trying to sort of catch up on all the years of professional wrestling that I didn't get the chance to watch when I was younger. Mostly either because either I didn't exist, or B, I didn't have cable. So for the past for the past like few months, I'm literally trying to watch from their very first episodes that they have online. ECW Hardcore TV, Mid South Wrestling, and WCW Monday Nitro. I've always wanted, as a kid, I've always wanted to watch ECW, but once again, didn't have cable. We didn't always have like obviously I wasn't even thought of when Monday Nitro, when Mid South Wrestling was a thing. But I like it wasn't just the fact that we didn't have cable really like denied me a lot of opportunity to watch a lot of WCW, and plus a lot of WCW and a lot of ECW, especially because ECW had a really hard time being on television. From what it looked like it was exclusively in Philly. So it was like if you didn't live in Philly, you probably wasn't gonna watch ECW like that, unless of course tape trading. And I was a kid at that time. I mean, how the heck was I supposed to find the tape traders? In any case, though, um, I will say this though, in the time that but like thanks to Peacock, I've managed to watch more wrestling in the past couple weeks than I probably ever did in my entire life, and I am very thankful and very grateful for it because it's so good. It's really 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 good. I've been like I said, I've been watching Monday Nitro. Like I said, in order. I've been watching Mid South Wrestling, ECW Hardcore TV, and Monday Nitro, and I can easily tell you, so just all these shows are just superb. I fell in love with wrestling all over again. And I was already a big wrestling fan before. Um, one of the things that specifically like stuck out to me is just the sheer fact that I like the idea of watching these three separate eras of professional wrestling. Watching, cause the reason why I love Mid South is because that was our company, and when I say our, I mean Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Louisiana. A lot of the shows in Mid South took place in Shreveport, Louisiana, and it was just one of those things that like really sort of stuck out to me. It was just the fact that we had we had our own wrestling company. So got a chance to watch like a lot of wrestlers who probably didn't really like go to WWE. Like I don't remember seeing Mr. Olympia in WWE. Jerry Stubbs. I don't remember seeing Buddy Landell or Jesse Barr, Frank Monty or Tony Torres or you know I mean, granted, you did get a chance. I mean, like, but there are wrestlers from there who ultimately did go to WWE and do spectacularly there, like Ted DiBiase. Um, I want to say also Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and the like. I could list all day, but I'm trying my best to just get to my point here. Because the point of this video was while I was watching WCW once again, and I will say this right now, the time that like from the first episode of Monday Nitro to the episode that I'm on now, the show has been spectacular. It has been. It's like I don't understand what led to the downfall of WCW because it just looked like every episode just looked like banger after banger after banger. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna probably end up seeing the deterioration down the line. Because once again, I didn't watch WCW when it came out. It was really hard to find, and when you're poor, and you don't have cable, you don't have options. In any case, though, one of the things that really kind of stuck out to me in this most recent episode of WCW that I'm watching right now is Brutus the Barber Beefcake, who actually is not a bad wrestler, or at least he wasn't terrible. I mean, he was fun to watch, at least for me anyway, because that's one thing I truly do appreciate is I love the idea of being able to actually see him wrestle because for a long time Brutus the Barber Beefcake was just a name and a picture. He was never now I'm getting a chance to actually see him wrestle, and these matches that I've seen him in are actually spectacular. I mean, not good. They're really good, but it's just a sheer fact that initially, like from the first episode of Monday Nitro, he was part of Kevin Sullivan's like a little evil gimmick character, comic evil comic book villain style stable, and then he ultimately goes on and he's like he's this the Zodiac, right? And he got like this white he has like this white and black face paint on. And I ain't gonna lie, like when I first saw him, I thought he was a Japanese wrestler because he had his hair styled in such a way. And he, like, to me, I just thought, I thought it was Kabuki, right? And it was like he was nuts, you know what I'm saying? But obviously they completely write him off of out of the Kevin Sullivan storyline. I mean, the Kevin Sullivan stable in like the most blandest way possible. He ends up getting like reintroduced as the Booty Man. It's wild. That's wild. He ends up getting reintroduced as the Booty Man, and while he's throughout his debut, so to speak, he ends up, like, I want to say the second episode that they reveal him as, they say, oh, he was actually they saying this over commentary during the match, and he's saying, oh, well, the entire time he was actually Zodiac, and he was an informant for Hogan in the group. And the thing that went on through my head is that, like, they could have turned this into a storyline. They could have made this into a thing. They could have milked that for like at least another couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Instead, they just had him show up as the Booty Man, and have him tag up with Hogan and Macho against Arn, Sullivan, and Flair. And like I say, it seems random until the commentary like does the exposition, and I'm just like, you could have turned this into something. This could have been like a pretty good story for him. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, the Booty Man, he was also Brutus the Barber Beefcake. And, like I said, and as time goes by, apparently Kimberly Page is apparently showing to be infatuated with him. So she is now part of his group. She's like his manager, so to speak, or his valet, and she's the Booty Babe. And which I just think is wild. It's crazy, dude. Like seeing Kimberly Page though is actually like kind of cool because like what is she even doing now, right? But yeah, I think the thing that's kind of like it is bittersweet to watch the older episodes of ECW and WCW. Because like in these the specific era of ECW that I'm watching right now, Kevin Sullivan is he's in there, and he is being escorted, or he's being valeted down to the ring by woman. And obviously for those who know, I don't have to talk about that any further. So it is kind of bittersweet to kind of just sort of watch it a little bit, but it's still cool to know that, to be able to like see, because I never saw Kevin Sullivan wrestle before this. So I'm watching him wrestle and I'm seeing his matches, and he was very good in the ring. He was very, very, very talented. So, and you got a chance to see Woman, and Woman always got this look on her face like she's about to like smack somebody. It's like she always got this look on her face, like she got this "don't mess with me" look on her face. You know what I'm saying? I think it's awesome. And it's like it's this mixture of like beauty and intimidation. Beautimidation. Intimidate? I don't know. In any case, like I said, I'm having fun watching this. Like for even with the Booty Man being with the Booty Babe, I still think that WCW was like still a spectacular show around this time frame, especially because you got a chance to like sort of give Brutus Beefcake his a well deserved like at least attempt to be a part of a main eventer, because the dude was good. Like either that or Arn Anderson was just making him look like $1 million. I couldn't tell you, but yeah. Also, talking about while I'm talking about this, I would like to talk about Miss South Wrestling and talk about how you got like you have. Like, it's crazy to see, like, this era of wrestling and see, Junkyard Dog being like, I'm not going to work a show until I wrestle a match against DiBiase, right? Who robbed him of his North American Championship because he had a loaded glove in his hand, and Bob Roop called it, which is crazy because Bob Roop was the heel, and he's like, and you know how heels be like, yeah, that face is going to cheat, that face is going to cheat, that face is going to cheat. And then when, the face cheats, it's like you have to eat crow and acknowledge that the heel was right. You know what I'm saying? So you got like Also, I'm a little agitated that Paul Orndorff just didn't come back and beat Bob Roop for the North American Championship. I'm not cool with that. But like I said, I'm finding myself like being more and more impressed with the wrestler Mr. Olympia, because once again he does this thing where, like I said, his finisher is a sleeper. He'll put somebody in the sleeper in the match with somebody in the sleeper, and then when the match is over, the bell rings. If you notice that the bell ring didn't wake him up, he'll like sit the wrestler up and then just bam to wake them up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that tickles me, because like, wake your butt up, bam. I love that. But yeah, also Mr. Olympia is just really, really, really talented. He's really good. I got introduced to Colonel Buck Robley, who is a wrestler from Franklin, Louisiana, and which is also where Big Cat Ernie Ladd is from as well. And I'm starting to see a bit of a similarity between Big Cat Ernie Ladd's finish, which is also a big boot to a leg drop. I really hope that somebody actually acknowledged that one day. I'm pretty sure somebody has by now. But like, being able to see like Big Cat Ernie Ladd, and it's just, wrestling was always great, and wrestling is only getting better, and I'm getting a chance to see that more and more nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always good. It's only getting better, and you can't convince me that wrestling is like on this deathbed or is getting worse or anything like that. No amount of hatred for AEW could ever make me think that wrestling is bad in general. Because I just think that wrestling is good in general. Like, we got a chance. We have so many options now, and it's beautiful to see that. So, even if it is something as ridiculous as the Booty Man. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. That was it, though. I wanted to talk a little bit about wrestling with you guys before I actually get started on watching some. And thanks for listening to me ramble. Okay, onward.